Am I in here now? Yeah, I feel like I'm in here, but it says you're loading. Yeah, it still says you're loading. I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, this is a good start. Oh, are you done loading? Nope. Can you hear me? Check, check. Wait, so you can hear me? Hmm.
Here we go, I think. Where'd Joe go? Oh boy. Yeah, this is what happens when you just do something spur of the moment. There it is. Excellent.
God damn it, Grandma. I said I'm trying to play some Fortnite and stream right now. For fuck's sakes.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Can you hear me, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. We're in, man.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, okay. Only 7 minutes. Yeah.
Let's skip to the 7-minute mark.
Yeah.
We'll put that in the description.
That's fantastic. We're like some NASCAR pit crew, man. We got this down. It's
Yeah.
got it down to a science.
Oh boy, so how have you been doing?
Oh, just been working on random things here and there. Working on that thing you helped me with yesterday. The thing I was coloring there for.
Oh yeah, for Nate.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I've just been trying to get myself organized. I got a few. I got another one of the crowdfunded comics through Indiegogo that came today, so I was taking a look at that. And I broke out. I had to dig through pages because the ASHCAN piece got mixed in, but I found it, and I guess I'll ink it while we're doing this.
Yeah, cool, man. It's oh, I wonder what happened there. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I wound up just refreshing my page, which actually, for whatever reason, it didn't interrupt the broadcast. So I guess it just went.
That's super weird because you left the broadcast.
Yeah.
On my screen, you left, and then I was the only one left in your broadcast. And I was like, "This is weird." So then I bailed. And apparently, it just kept running without either of us. That's kind of funny, dude. Oh, I thought for sure it was going to reset the broadcast. That's so weird.
Well, we're here now, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, true that.
Now I just have to situate the camera here.
Well, I'm just going to mute my mic for a second.
Sure.
For fuck's sakes, Grandma. I told you, later. Yeah, sorry about that. I got a bit of a cough.
Oh, no worries. So, how's your grandma doing?
Oh, I don't have a grandma, dude.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. No. But if I did, we'd probably be real tight.
I think so, too. You're especially patient with older people.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you working on? It's oddly quiet. It's not much. It's funny as hell. Oh, I see. You set up your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, because the blue stuff I can't see, but now I'm seeing it when you're laying this stuff down. I could see it pretty well, actually. Well enough. Look, maybe make your screen bigger than mine if that's possible.
All right.
Or just remove mine altogether. It doesn't even matter.
Like that?
Yeah, that should do it.
Okay.
Oh, I see. It's what your camera's built into your screen.
Yeah, so it's not ideal, but.
Was this your laptop camera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's actually working pretty well, man. I have a feeling once there's like ink going down, it's actually going to become pretty visible because I can see like faint outlines of blue, but not too much. That's pretty cool, man. So what is that thing? Is it a marker or pen?
It's just a little pen. It's just a Sharpie pen. It's kind of like the Microns, but get these ones because they're cheaper, even though it's not the archival ink. So I guess eventually all this stuff will turn purple or something.
Is this supposed to be like an actual artist marker? Because I've never seen those before.
I believe so.
I think so, man. It's usually when I think Sharpie, I think like those big ones that like not very useful for anything other than not much actually. They're trying to think
kind of labeling boxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't think of anything to do with them other than that. Really. But yeah, whenever people say they did something with a Sharpie, I always pictured that. I was like, how is that even possible? That's like the most useless thing ever. It's like the felt is huge. Like, how on earth would you draw something?
Yeah.
You have to draw it on like a billboard.
Oh man, what a great way to start the show.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's like we've done this before.
I know. It's good that we took the time to do several dry runs just to make sure that everything is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. It's not gonna be a good thing. You got something to put on screen. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of focusing on this thing too.
I think I'm gonna attempt doing with this one is a little bit of a cross-hatching thing. But I feel like I should still kind of do some outlining just to make sure. And we'll see how intense the outlining gets as it goes along, or the cross-hatching gets as it goes along.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't picture the pages being that big. That is way bigger than a comic book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's pretty awesome.
Oh boy. I think that with this really, what makes this, what's going to make this live stream show different from all the other ones is the extended periods of awkward silence.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what we do best. So
we've really cornered the market on that niche.
Yeah, the talk show that doesn't talk.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we want. I mean, who wants to hear about these boring celebrities and their fucking lives?
Bullshit.
Yeah, so we'll just literally not talk about anything.
Yeah, I'm down with that. It sounds appealing. What the hell's going on here? Let's see what's going on.
What I'm wondering is if the the little opening sequence came through okay, or if it was like super laggy or something.
No, it wasn't too bad. The sound quality is kind of shitty, but I mean it's a lot better than I don't know, anything I've seen on like the YouTube version of this kind of thing, or the Google version, I should say, like Hangouts. So it worked. Totally worked. Yeah, I'm just zoned out too. I'm just working on my thing. Let's see what the runtime is. 17 minutes and nothing. Just emptiness. Such a useless stream.
Man. What this is telling me is that maybe we need a third party on this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, man. There needs to be a reason. Although, like, on your end, you're actually doing something here. We can see you drawing the thing, so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is one of those examples of like all the hilarious conversations in person don't translate to on air entertainment.
Yeah. This is some quality shit here, man. This is people should be paying to be part of this.
Yeah. This premium experience.
Yeah. People are too spoiled to understand that, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'd show what I'm doing. I don't feel comfortable with my skill level. I don't know. I don't want to broadcast myself doing this. This is amazing. I got tagged in like some horseshit scam thing on Facebook.
Really?
It's like, oh, what does it say? Do you really want to lose weight effortless? This product is the best for you. This made me lost 30 pounds in just 4 weeks without any workouts. Try it out. And there's a really weird link which makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's attached to a video. It says Keto Fire on it. So I'm all about that Keto Fire. So, and you got someone that I know who commented on it. He's legitimately interested. Well, yeah. Let's see.
Part of the course on that.
Yeah. It's not surprising. Yeah. It does make me sad though when I see shit like that. I'm like, really? It's I don't know. Pretty easy one to avoid.
Some people just are really into that keto fire.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you can take and not even get diarrhea. They're really improving the formula.
People just need to get with the times.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really such a thing as too much diarrhea.
Yeah, it cleans you out, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's made from the freshest powdered newt, and it's just, where else are you going to find that kind of quality, right?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone have the kind of quality just naturally, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I put powdered newt on everything.
You know, those witches really knew what they were talking about back in the day.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a shame we burned a lot of them.
Yeah. It is. Hmm. Let's talk powdered newt, man. Pretty hungry now.
Yeah, I just ate dinner, but you know that powdered newt got me thinking again about, you know, I could go for second dinner like a hobbit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm too thrilled with the results of this so far.
Let me see here. I'm going to switch back to the stream screen. A little bit difficult for me to tell, I guess, from...
I'm not even sure where the camera is at. Yeah.
It's kind of sort of angled and upside down and a little tiny bit blurry because of the stream, but... Okay, yeah. I see it now. Well, that's a good start, man. This is supposed to be like the illusion where it kind of looks like one face?
No, it's just more of like I'm going to try to blend them into the space background because there's the little rocket ship careening into the sun over here. So
Yeah.
I want to try to pull off a thing where it kind of looks like they're part of the cosmos, I guess.
Yeah. That's right on there. It's pretty crazy. It's quite a bit of stuff that happened just to... I guess it's been like 10 minutes. Wow. It's I know time generally flies by when nothing's happening. That's how they usually...
That's the best part about our stream.
Yeah.
Is that you don't feel like you're wasting time when you're watching.
No, definitely not.
You are when you look at the clock, but then...
Yeah, I've never wasted time in my life. I appreciate that.
I'm glad about that mute microphone feature. Now no one has to hear me choke.
Yeah. Decisions. It's when I'm doing colors on something like this, it's one of the most interesting parts. I never actually really completely know what I want. It's more of a matter of kind of messing around with it and see what happens. In case people want to follow around with what I'm doing, just use your imagination and imagine a mountain, a person, two sub people, and a sky. There we go.
And a moon.
No, we pushed it too far. That's that moon is copyright infringement, James. You can't just go out and say that.
Oh, yeah. So you had to take it out of the piece?
Absolutely. NASA's got a copyright on that. It's you can't just put the moon and shit. Like,
sorry I mentioned it then. I wouldn't want to get you guys in trouble for that piece. I mean, I guess, like, I'm probably already on a government watch list, so hopefully they'll just kind of ignore that.
Yeah, for sure. There's a whole lot going on here.
Oh, boy.
That was pretty lively.
I'm starting to feel like maybe the vibe of this live stream is off.
Yeah, the live stream vibe is off, right? Are you even listening to yourself?
What do you mean?
Can we talk on Hangouts for a minute?
Yeah. Well, like, so you want to just move over there?
No, it's not really that chill, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still more chill here.
Yeah, for sure. So mad all the time like that.
Yeah, so you don't want to move to the hangouts, but like if I still feel like something's like on your mind, are you like thinking and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just feel bad about lying about the powdered mute. It's not really that good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it could be. Maybe put some more salt in it or something.
I guess it's one of those things that just kind of like subjective.
Yeah. Well, the colors are starting to take shape here. Oh, fucking crazy animals. People just like throwing shit around in someone's apartment.
Really?
Oh, it's so annoying, man.
Some people just.
People's just garbage like that.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like a nicer way to say that.
Really,
this is raw and uncensored on this show.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? You just gotta tell it like it is.
Yeah.
If we get sued, then so be it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we were tossing the shit out of some stuff. Man, this sounds like there's a fight or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Ow.
We were just listening to Cotton Eye Joe on repeat.
Yeah.
Similar results. This reminds me of that time that I won that World Butter Eating Championship.
Where was that at?
Oh, I was in Germany.
Oh. Is it like in the Guinness Book of World Records or something?
For sure. Well, it's in mine. I mean, there was a page that didn't have much writing on it, so I was able to put it in there.
Oh, so they didn't even respect the art enough to include you in there?
I'm not sure because it wasn't like official. I just kind of, you know how it is, right?
Well, I mean, I've never really eaten raw butter and been involved in a contest that would entail such a thing.
You know what else is pretty dope?
What's that?
I hadn't really thought of that. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of stuff is.
One time I was in a contest and it was a little suspicious because, you know, it was one of those where you run back and forth and you pass the little javelin back, you know, to the next person and they run. And it's like these two teams. I forget what it's called. We're handing off the little baton thing.
And you eat the butter after?
No, that's what I mean. Is like there wasn't butter for whatever reason. I guess it's more common in the rest of the world. I guess where I was growing up, you know, it was a little bit exotic to have butter.
Right.
But you know, the weird thing about it was that everyone got a ribbon. I thought, you know, the team with the particularly large children, you know, I felt like, you know, they didn't do it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's perfectly nice. Wow, they were really going on it. Probably just a little bit of domestic abuse. Never hurt anyone.
What do you mean?
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
No. No. And you said it out loud, and then I just made sure you could hear it because it wasn't that clear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
You ever have like one of those chainsaw farts?
Chainsaw fork?
Chainsaw fart.
No, I can't say that.
It's when like your ass is itchy, but then you have such a strong fart that it scratches your ass for you.
Sounds like some Naruto shit.
Yeah, it just kind of like rips through you. It's very satisfying, from what I'm told.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to tell tales at a school, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I would imagine it's not something that they really teach you in health class. So.
Probably should.
Yeah. That's just how it is with the education system sometimes.
Yeah.
Instead of teaching you about how to file your taxes and how to rip a chainsaw fart, they teach you about quadratic equations.
Yeah. I mean, so what has science ever done for anyone, right?
Yeah, exactly. I could just as easily do those things from science class in my own home.
Yeah.
I mean, I can buy one of those safety goggle sets.
Yeah.
I could probably, I'd have to do some research, but I'm sure, you can get that
Yeah. And you just
hydrochloric acid for, retail purposes or something.
you just borrow the embryos from your parents. Just be like, Dad, I need to borrow one of those fucking cow embryos.
Yeah. I mean, most people still grow up on the farm, so it's not like they don't have access to those cow embryos.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think I bumped into someone from your neighborhood at the drugstore recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Ronnie?
I don't know, but he came in with, I guess, his girlfriend, but he was like carrying her,
Oh, yeah.
and he was like, he said that she needed her inhaler, but she didn't have the prescription,
Yeah.
and they said that they couldn't, they weren't, they're not doctors, they're pharmacists.
Yeah.
They can't really do anything about it. And then, she was so, they were both so agitated they couldn't save her life with that inhaler, that she got up and was screaming at them, talking about how she, they were helping murder her because they wouldn't give her medicine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And they were so offended when the police were called on the basis that they were scam artists. They fucked right off before the ambulance showed up because they were just so offended they didn't even want any help anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like Ronnie.
Yeah. The reason I brought it up was I was just wondering if it was someone you knew, because I was concerned about their well-being when I saw that.
No, Ronnie's good. He's solid. Solid. Yep. That's what Steve said. Steve's the guy who sells them the meth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the same guy who thinks there's a goblin in the basement?
No, that's Al.
Oh yeah. I mean, I believe him when he says that, because it's like, if there's such thing as Bigfoot, there's gotta be such thing as goblins. I don't see why everyone looks at him like he's a lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. I don't think we got to worry about the goblin. The warlocks usually get to him before the goblins can get to us. So
yeah, it's one of those like symbiotic relationships that we have.
That's true. You ever been to KFC? You didn't even have to place your order, because they had some shit right there, right outside, right next to those big bins.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's very revolutionary. I mean,
yeah.
They just
Cousteau or Christopher Columbus.
So it's kind of like a buffet where they just they set up the food and you can just kind of go over and grab some.
Yeah, and they're already packed in the bags and everything.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
I bet that drove up their sales a lot.
It's free. So, I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a charity thing then.
Yeah.
I guess that's just, just goes to show all those haters are wrong about them.
For sure.
Yeah. Like, how can they be homophobic if they're giving out free food and not checking who
free
they're giving it to? Yeah. Obviously not very biased, because otherwise they'd have to have someone out on patrol.
And all about the free street chicken. This is tripping me out. There's some shading on this character that shouldn't work, and it does. It's like the wrong. It's coming from the wrong direction, essentially. But I think it just tricks the eye into believing there's another light source in the front. It's trippy because I don't want to remove it, even though when you look at it, it looks right. But then if you really analyze it, like, why would there be shade there? It would have to be something off, outside of the canvas creating the light, I guess. Well, I hope there's something like that in the story, because otherwise it makes no sense.
Sometimes like a creative dynamic lighting is better than just kind of
just flat because of what you see, kind of thing. Yeah. I'm gonna maybe try to make it look like lantern light. It's at least kind of believable. And it makes sense when you see the piece too, right? Because I haven't read it, but it looks like the character's being chased.
Yeah.
And so it kind of might make sense to be like lantern light or something. I could be entirely wrong, but there being a chase, it could for all we know, she could be like looking back at. It's like, yeah, this is the place I just stole the babies from, and then It's a really cool piece, though, man. I was really stoked after we deciphered it, because like the colors I knew they were going to be a whole lot of fun to do. It's just such a weird and interesting piece.
Is that one going to come out in the same book as the one that I'm doing the piece for?
Yours is for Cosmic?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is for Cosmic or not. I'd say no, given the what I'm looking at on the image. It entirely could be a space story, but because of the image I'm looking at right now, I would say probably a different one. Yeah, I said you would. I got so far.
Oh, I almost forgot I should wear that gloves because I don't want to smudge it last time.
You mean your tablet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I got one glove on. I'm gonna have to get much better gloves. My hands are fucking sweating, man. It's like a winter glove. It's not made for this. Yeah. I always have a really difficult time making the final choice on the colors. There's so many options, especially with a piece like this where there's I don't know. I particularly like skyscapes and whatnot, especially the nighttime ones.
Yeah.
So to me, it's the whole playground, because the sky is gonna influence the way I color the character, essentially, because it'll have to do with the way the light's refracting on it.
Right.
'Cause the skyscapes and stuff I usually work on are usually incredibly overwhelming. Like unlike real life, where like it's yeah, they usually kind of. Thankfully, none of the stories I've worked on so far have anything to do with Earth, really. So it's entirely.
That gives you the leeway to play around.
Yeah, so that like who knows? Maybe it's just this like a young galaxy, right, with this crazy lighting going on. And, like you could see like stars that are relatively close, and in which case you'd be getting all kinds of ambient light from all kinds of different directions instead of just your sun.
Right.
I think I fell into the color here. I just stopped messing around with it all since it looks right. It's like Christmas song stuck in my head. What was it on, man? I didn't watch any Christmas stuff. Oh, it was that Netflix show, Daybreak.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Daybreak, maybe Daybreakers. Not sure. But yeah, I was like, why would I have that in my head, man? Wait, I'm a little bit confused. You said tablet. Are you working on tablet stuff now?
No, I grabbed the tablet glove so I can smudge the ink.
You use it for the paper. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that was because one of the times we were on the phone, I was working on that lone wolf piece, and I accidentally smudged a little bit of his stomach. So then you suggested that I wear the tablet glove.
And it smudges less?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So I remembered to do it.
I figured that'd be the case because it's like, I don't know, there's just no oils from your skin or anything like that kind of messing with it. That's pretty neat. I'm not really done with mine here, but I'll send you my progress so far because I'm at a step where I feel kind of happy with the way it looks. Oh, I guess your computer's kind of in use right now.
Well, it's not letting you send it?
No, I was just you won't be able to look at it, so you'll have to fidget with
I'll look at it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I have that next to me.
I've still got a bit to do, but I'm pretty happy with this overall color scheme.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I think you were right about the lantern light because it's weird having the shadow on that side of her face with the.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it looks good though, right? It's hard. Like I basically have to create a reason for there to be light there, or should I just not do that at all because people might not? You see what I mean, though, right? Like on the edge of her face and whatnot.
Yeah. I would say maybe just because Nate was so specific with like the cross hatching towards the back, it might look weird.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. All right. Get rid of that. It's such a sharp-looking shadows.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it looks so good. I'll get rid of it though. It doesn't make sense.
Definitely something to keep in mind for future coloring, though.
Yeah, it was that shading happened basically just like a fluke, essentially. It wasn't intentional. It actually looks pretty cool. Time to hunt down that shadow and figure out where it is and how to get rid of it.
What's that?
So it's time for me to hunt down that shadow because I don't even know as many layers ago.
Yeah.
Oh, found it. I'm going to use this technique in the future, though, man. This is really interesting. It happened. It was just like a byproduct of something else I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually something you have to correct for afterwards, and it's really interesting that I could actually use that as a shading technique because it really created this awesome looking shadow. It looks so
Definitely,
cool.
yeah.
Especially in this case where the shadow is the character would have to be essentially like backlit, right? So, or no, the opposite. Sorry, it's weird. It's like an angle, so there would have to be a really crazy amount of depth behind the character for it to work best.
Yeah.
I know how to get rid of it without destroying my things.
Whoever's watching this is going, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
What lighting? What woman? What babies?
That's why I should have paid attention in telepathy class.
Yeah. They teach it for a reason.
Yeah.
Unlike that fucking science shit.
Yeah. Sounds.
That's just one of those outmoded things that they just keep around, that tradition.
Yeah, for sure. Science isn't even real.
I gotta mute my microphone again. Fuck. Alright, I'm back.
Right on. Oh, it's a shame to remove it, 'cause once I remove it, it's gone forever. The shadow thing, but oh well. It's not. I don't think it serves a purpose here. That's it, man. Weird. Ah. It helps when you don't fuck it up, right? It always helps when you don't fuck up.
What's that?
So it always helps when you don't fuck up what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to wonder what Bob Ross was smoking when he said, you know, that stuff about happy little accidents.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I could just be downright insensitive. I mean, what if someone gets crippled in a car accident, you know?
Yeah.
He should be canceled.
Oops.
Did I wander off the camera? I haven't even been able to pay attention.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. Unless you just corrected it, no. Are you fucking painting or drawing upside down?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Temporarily, just to get this background.
Oh, I see. I thought you were doing it for the camera. I was like, Jesus, man.
No.
It's not necessary.
Even on my best day, I don't think I could draw the whole thing upside down.
Oh, you had me so confused there, man. I'm like, dude, I don't think that's necessary. It's like,
That would have been pretty fucking impressive if I did the whole thing.
yeah,
Way.
that freaked me out, man. Holy shit.
I guess the next thing I'll draw is the little rocket ship here.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I can't wait to see that. When you sent me the phone pictures of it and stuff, I couldn't actually see it because the blue pencil is extremely faint. So I'm stoked to see what kind of ship it is. There's a mistake there. Why? I need to fix this.
And I guess this part I should draw normally rather than cross-hatch, that way it gets it across that this is like what's happening.
So, look at it in a second. It's probably like, oh, let's see here. Oh, that's sick, man.
Thanks. Yeah, it's time for my bullshit spaceship. Maybe I'll do the smoke first. That way I can emphasize the damage. And then I'll I just realized we just had dead air for a while.
Yeah, we most certainly have. Yeah, I'm a little bit more focused here, so I'm trying to, doing something I've never done before. So.
So you're learning a few new tricks as you go along there?
Yep, or more so just basic stuff that, really basic stuff that I've never had an experience doing. So I've never had to really create shadows and highlights so far. It's usually kind of already baked into the information, which it is in this case too. But given that I got the time and everything ready, I was like, I might as well try to do it anyways, even though Nate already did it via his penciling and whatnot.
Right.
But I'm just adding an extra little layer of it to make it seem, I don't know, a little bit more lively, I guess. Mine's more color based than, because he handled like the black and white spectrum, like with all those crazy cross hatching techniques.
Right.
In my case, I'm just adding colors to it essentially. This is easy enough to start with because she's in like absolute darkness essentially, so there's only light coming from one angle really.
Right. Who?
What's that?
Who's in absolute darkness? What are they talking about?
Yes. Well, they could just they could just either learn telepathy like I mentioned before, or jump on that ASHCAN Comics Pub website and buy some stuff. That'll just make you feel better.
Yeah, it's their own fault that they don't know these things.
Yeah.
I mean, who would squander a telepathy?
Yeah, 100%, man. Something's different. Let me see the one I sent you. Something seems to have changed fundamentally. Yes. It has. Ah, there we go. Well, this is one of the ones where I'm wondering where less is more because I think it's starting to look pretty solid. Might still be a little bit more. You ever see Free Willy?
No,
You haven't?
no. I know what it is.
Yeah. I was convinced that was Elijah Wood. The kid who played that for, well, I guess like 30 years since I seen it. And I found out today it wasn't. Like, what do you mean it's not Elijah Wood? Like 100% it's Elijah Wood. And I look it up, it's not Elijah Wood. Would have been better if it was, though.
Probably.
Yeah. So, this is interesting. So, remember that piece I sent you, Estrella? It was like this pinkish, purplish wizard thing?
Yeah.
So, in that scenario, I actually used the inking to color that too, right? Like, I even colored the inks. I didn't leave that black.
Mhm.
And I'm doing it right now. Is this a normal thing to color the inks?
Yeah, that's not unusual.
Oh, okay. It makes sense, I guess, when you see like something crazy like Green Lantern or whatever, you don't even see the line work. It's probably because it's been colored, essentially.
Yeah,
It just kind of blends in.
they call that color holding, where they turn the black line work into something colored.
No way, man. Would you say that it's the purpose is to blend, or that technique that you mentioned is to make the line work pop with a different color?
It depends on what's going on. Like, for instance, the Green Lantern aura, that's to make it look like it's glowing. With, like, sometimes it's to make, like, if the background is very busy, they do it so it doesn't clutter the people in the drawing.
Yeah. Yeah, I found a way to, I think, give the eye a reason to believe that the character is lit. So, like, the way it is, it's like it's in the middle of this like mountain that's got absolutely zero lighting or any evidence of it.
Yeah,
So it just seems strange to me that we could see the character so clearly, and I didn't want to completely obscure it in a realistic way because that was just, what's the point of having a single drawing if you're just going to cover it that way, right?
right.
So I tried to find a creative way to give us a reason to believe that we could see this character, and I think I pulled it off. And also gets rid of the weirdness that I was dealing with. Yeah, I'm gonna send you what I got now. I think I'm pretty close. yeah, I'm comparing it to that first one, and I really like the second one a lot more on the right track.
Yeah, I'm digging how this is turning out.
Yeah, it's got a really interesting vibe to it. At first, I was gonna make the clothing more vibrant, like the way you had done it too.
Mhm.
And then the more I thought about it, I thought it'd be more interesting to have these earth tones if I'm gonna use the sky as my like light box essentially.
Yeah,
If everything was vibrant, it would have made the sky seem a little bit too. I don't know. It would have had just too much. I think this way is kind of neat. So it looks like the sky is kind of, I don't know, just kind of radiating some of those hues onto the character. Let me see where you're at here. Oh, that's wild. So I think a new way to go about comics and drawing shit. It should be like this whole kind of style where you don't use paper. It's just every time you draw something, it's got to be a tattoo.
Mm.
So like, just,
That way you can have success no matter what.
yeah, and it'll live on forever. Well, I mean, till the person dies, I guess. But it'll live on forever until he dies, at least.
Right.
I'm gonna sit on the one I'm doing. So I'm not sure if I want to go further with it. So I like the way it looks. I was gonna make the sky a little bit more interesting, but I don't think it's really missing anything as is. Kind of looks neat. Essentially, in this case here, usually I do quite a bit of texturing,
Mm-hmm.
but in this case, I didn't do much at all. I just kind of used what was already there.
Yeah, he's very thorough with his shading.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I,
Doesn't make it look very difficult to figure out what's going on with it.
yeah, and the style of his shading is awesome. It's really like stylistic. It's not like a textbook approach. I think it really works well with the approach I'm developing for colors. It seems that the two really work well together. I'm kind of glad I got this trackpad with my Mac.
Mm.
Because when I'm doing this stuff with the tablet, it's kind of annoying to have a mouse. Because like I don't know, the mouse got to be on a sturdy surface for it to work.
Right.
With the trackpad, I could put it like I usually have it right next to me on this extra little desk here, but I could literally I could put the trackpad on my Wacom. It's got these little rubber feet on it. It's really neat. The
It's
screen
pretty
on the
handy.
yeah, and the screen on the Wacom is large enough that if I wanted to, I could literally reduce the size of everything I'm looking at so that I could leave the trackpad on my screen.
Mhm.
It kind of reinstates some of the touch features that I did not opt for because it was so goddamn expensive to get a touch tablet. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. It'd be pretty sick, but I was like, not fucking an extra $2,000 sick. Try one more. I don't know about you, but maybe it's a good idea to kill the stream. I don't know. That's just my thoughts right now. What's that? We should probably delete it.
Not exactly a major success this first time around.
No, definitely not. You know what they say, though?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So do I. Do you actually know, like, because I think it'd be helpful to hear what it is they say.
What, did you forget?
No, definitely not.
I mean, there's a lot of things that they say. I mean, it wouldn't be like embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff to keep track.
Kind of would, though. I've never said anything ever.
I don't know if that's factually accurate.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should I throw some stippling in here too?
I'm all about the nipples. What's nippling here?
Oh, that's stippling.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound as exciting. What are we? What is it? What is?
It's like, hang on, can you see? It's like going like this for shading.
Oh, I don't know, man. I wouldn't even know, man. You're the expert. Yeah.
Cause I kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like the hatching on their faces by itself kind of looks a little weird.
I guess it's gonna be black and white too.
Yeah.
So you're probably not gonna like this. But what if you did that part digitally so that it doesn't? So it's not permanent. I'm pretty sure it'll look just as good if you were to do that. I don't know. I'm very risk averse, so that's usually my solution for everything.
I mean, it was already risky putting the cross hatching on her face in the first place.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess I could go with, depending on, I'll wait till the entire thing's finished and see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best way. Oh, I think I fucked up.
What's that?
I think I fucked up. And this chest is here, and these ribs would be back here. No, I guess it's good.
Oh, that shit looks cool as hell.
I had a blue line indicating that I should stop right here, but didn't notice it while I was going. I went past it, but I think it's okay because I don't think his body would have been there anyway.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Oh shit! I got screen tones in here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just seen it. On here, it's a bit different though. Like, I actually prefer the method that yours works, where it's like built into the page. Because this one here is not built into the page; it's built into the brush, so it's really easy. I think it'd be really easy to overpopulate it in certain areas with the dots.
Right. Stomach, hip. I guess if I bring the shoulder down, his hands are already there. Just put hair in the way, I guess. Goddamn anatomy getting in the way of my good time.
There's anatomy ever done for anyone.
Yeah. I don't even know if this is successful. Like this entire thing, I don't know if it's even been successfully
On YouTube.
showing what I've been doing.
Yeah, cause the fact that we both left makes me. I question that right from the beginning. I should have probably said something. Oh shit, that's funny as hell, man. I just built myself like a custom watercolor brush.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It doesn't essentially I'm not like bound by the general watercolor blob look. It behaves very similar to normal brush, but it's got like a texture to it. Yeah, it's really trippy. Yeah, I decided to throw down a little bit of texture.
Excuse me.
Is this still live?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you didn't shut it off or not. Well, if you stuck around with us watching this, I feel sorry for you. That's all I have to say.
I'd recommend that you go out and try to meet new people.
Yeah. Meet people, eat mysterious pizzas that you find on the street.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Alright, I'm gonna call this one done. I could technically keep fiddling forever. I'm gonna change much.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, in this case, because we're just doing this useless stream thing, I got plenty of time to fiddle around with this. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So, stuff I was doing was not productive. It was just kind of random experimentation. Alrighty. Interesting though, if for at least one of the ASHCAN books, if I could get all the artists to, if they'd be down for me to color the pieces, so like an entire book could be colored.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, even if it's just for a digital release, I don't mind. I just enjoy doing this.
Should I color this one? Because I remember you said something about.
Yeah, if it's colored, it becomes it becomes a consideration for the cover. So personally, I mean, I'm kind of biased because I love colors, so just I always say yes. I always think colors is a good idea. Yeah, when I started this, I was practicing, like not looking at the tablet, looking at the screen instead.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to get used to both, because when you're the screen one, like when you're looking at your computer screen instead of tablet, I feel it's obviously not as accurate, but there's a level like you're a lot more relaxed when you're doing it. So it's kind of, I feel like it might be useful to switch back and forth when So like I'll often be sitting here for long periods of time. So for stuff that maybe doesn't need as much accuracy, I think I'm gonna try to just lean back and relax while I do it instead of like hunched over like a fucking hunchback in Notre Dame.
Right.
Probably better for my eyes too that I'm not like glued to the screen. There we go. Exporting the final one, so excited to see what Nate thinks of this here. Let me see if it's even different from, well, if it's very different, I should say, from the other one I sent you. There's barely any difference. It's very subtle. Just to say it's, yeah. I want to let me in here. There we go. There's an anomaly here.
What's that?
For whatever reason, on the one I sent you, the moon is blown out on the top left. For whatever reason, there's a stroke there that messed up the moon. Oh, this is tripping me out because in the version I'm looking at on Photoshop, it's not blown out. Why would it have exported like that?
I see it. I see what you're talking about on the one that you sent me.
Yeah, it's not spherical. Like there's a. I have no idea why it would have done that because on Photoshop it's not there. Let's try rendering it again. That's the weirdest issue I've ever encountered. It added a stroke. Oh, that's strange. Am I imagining? No, it's there.
I would hope you're not imagining it because that means I'm sharing your delusion.
Yeah. It's blown out again. What the fuck is going on? Why would it do that? Oh, this is a mystery I'm not equipped to fucking solve. Like, what the hell? I've never seen anything like that. Maybe if I export it as a different file type. It's so weird. Try the TIFF files. That's just as high quality. Probably better, actually. Let's find out. It did the same thing. It did. What the fuck?
It still did it?
Yes. Oh, that is bizarre. Oh, this is tripping me out. How do I get rid of something that's not there? I'm going to export it without the moon and see if the moon is the problem, if it's something else. There's no evidence of it without the moon. Huh. That'll fix it. I'm messing with something completely unrelated. I just got carried away with something else now. Oh, shit. Let me see if I got rid of it. Please work. Fuck, it's still blown out. I think I know what the issue is. It's really weird. Oh. There we go. I think I'm going to fix it here. Just a few last little adjustments. Think Bob Ross is going to watch this?
I don't think so. I think he's just gonna sit there and paint his happy little tux.
Yeah.
I wonder how he can offend more people with his controversial show.
Is there really people that are offended by Bob Ross?
I'm one of them.
What's that?
I said I'm one of them. So.
That smoke prick, he just looks at shit.
I mean, are you saying I'm not a real person, Joe?
No. I am saying exactly that. This is, yeah. Bob Ross was a saint, and then he died. Then you know how that works. Then you're not a saint anymore. So you have to be alive to be a saint.
Right.
Just like Shaquille O'Neal. There we go. I fixed the mode. I just erased that whole section and started again. I don't know why it was saving information that's not there. That's super odd. I'm glad I caught it though, because that's a total deal breaker.
Right.
Oh, and I changed the color scheme a little tiny bit again. Compared to that one.
I'm just gonna finish up this hatching and I'll take a look at it.
I don't know if I prefer the extra softness or not. The one I sent you has less softness. It's more like a darker kind of overall image.
Mhm.
I prefer the sky looks better with that darkness, but it's almost like that softness over top of the sky kind of made look good with the character. I don't know. Both kind of cool.
I think it looks good that way.
With the darker element.
Yeah, because I can still see enough of what you did.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little bit darker, and it kind of fits more like the night sky.
Yeah, I agree, man. So otherwise, it might as well be almost daytime. With the other one, it's just kind of. It was too soft. So it was, yeah. The moon looks a shitload better. I don't know what went wrong with that first one. I think it was lumpy all over, man. I don't think it was just that one spot.
Really?
Yeah, because now when I look at this one, there's no lumpiness at all. Alrighty. I think I'll send that over to Nate, so I'm pretty happy with it. Apparently, my files are too powerful. It says it's too large of a file size for Discord. Pretty sure Discord has a neat feature when you share something from the Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it still shows you a really awesome thumbnail. When you click on it, it just brings it to like the Google Drive essentially.
Excuse me.
See if it does what I think it's supposed to do. Little tiny thumbnail, but still. So now, final step in the process to sell it, so I could buy some crack.
Right.
The Ignite would be upset if I sold it.
I mean, I think if you cut him in on some of the crack, he would probably gloss over. You know, like the problem would solve itself there.
Yeah. Oh, cool! It does work. At first, I wasn't sure. So, what Discord does with Google Drive links is you could click on the little like the picture in the thumbnail, and it'll like bring up a portion of the image for you to see. It's pretty neat. I was pretty sure there was a cool feature about it, or you could just go like grab the file itself, but it makes it a little bit more obvious, I guess, because generally I send a lot of links to all kinds of shit.
Right.
It's kind of useful to just have the thumbnail there, especially if there's like a million versions of the same thing I'm working on. And the thumbnail is pretty useful. It just easily tells you which version you're looking at.
How should I go about drawing the sun here?
Let me find our streaming window here. Our streaming window. Oh, wow. A lot has happened. This is awesome. So where is the sun? Dead center?
Yeah, it's this part right here.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's hard to say, Mix. I don't see a lot of, like through the camera thing, I don't see like all the detail. But I don't. So the story is the ship is going into the sun, right?
Right.
I think in that case you would want the sun to be somewhat tangible, as opposed to like an orb of soft light. It might make sense to still have that softness, but a visible structure that is the sun. I don't know how easy or hard it is to draw a circle like that. Mind you, that sounds kind of nightmarish. I didn't think of that. It's basically a perfect sphere.
Let's just get right into it. Not even think about it.
What if you tried it with a pencil first, dude?
So maybe some sort of like kind of dotted, but also like feathery line, and then maybe a little bit
of fuzz around it.
Yeah, and rays coming out like that.
Yeah, man. So I think I never realized how challenging that could be. Makes sense. On digital, it's like you literally just pull up an ellipse and drop it on there. In your case, it's like what's the easiest thing in the world digitally is next to impossible in real life.
I'll just give this a shot here.
That's looking so good. Who is this for again?
It's for Brian.
Dude, he's gonna be pumped, man. This is crazy. Brian H?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, yeah, so we got a few Brians in there. Yeah, that's wicked, man. That's such a nice piece. It's crazy. The camera thing doesn't work too bad. Like the detail isn't great, but it totally works. I could see what you're doing. And I love the approach you took, man. Very neat.
Should I come in and like darken kind of like the outer bits?
What's your reasoning behind darkening it?
To kind of
contrast.
Yeah, have a contrasting gradient, because that way, like.
Yeah.
it would go a little bit darker, and it would kind of blend into this, and it gets lighter, and then kind of darken it out.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That sounds awesome.
Maybe to make it look like outer space. More so, should I? So because it's all straight lines and stuff like that. So should maybe I stipple with the marker like that to create more of the darker.
Will you see that with the lines, or you mean like a shitload of them?
A decent amount of them, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty sick, man. That's a good idea.
We'll give it a shot. I'd be kind of disappointed if none of this winds up actually broadcasting out just for the sake of like. It's hard to work with the camera on. Usually, it'd be kind of annoying if it wound up not capturing.
Right, I'll double check for you, man. What's your channel name?
Doofy Productions.
Doofy the Dragon? What the fuck is Doofy the Dragon? Results. Oh, that sounds awesome. Find out right now. Yeah, it says we're live right now.
Cool. Hopefully my fat head hasn't been blocking the paper the entire time.
No, I can't see your head at all, man. Just your hands in the paper.
Build on that a little bit more. Yeah, I think what we've learned this time is I think we need a third person in this.
Yeah, or even more importantly, a reason to stream.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're doing right now definitely is a reason in itself, but I think generally when stuff like that's going on, it's kind of hard to be talkative when there's so much.
Right. And especially because we were both drawing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it depends what I'm doing, but most of the cases I can be talkative while I'm working, but in this case there was a lot of uncharted territory, stuff I'd never done before.
Yeah. It was probably a worthwhile thing. I think we both learned a couple of new tricks. Yeah.
The trick is something a whore does with her mouth for money.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Joe, we don't know if there are children watching this.
That's what my dad used to say anyways. He was a magician, so it makes sense to him.
Yeah, I guess he took it very seriously.
Yeah. For whatever reason, he called me Michael.
I mean, maybe he just didn't get his way in the naming process. You know?
It's possible.
You know, like I'm pretty sure that I'm Jameson Lawrence McCran, but I think Jameson was the compromise where it was, maybe the original suggestion might have been something more along the lines like Jack Daniels McCran.
Yeah. Yes, my brother's actually called Michael. We didn't call him Michael, we just say like that guy or something like that.
I always thought it would be kind of fun to have a band, and then call it that band you've never heard of.
There's already a band called That Band.
Well, what about that band you've never heard of?
No, definitely. I can't guarantee that's not a band already.
Yeah.
So there's a band called That Band, and there's a song called That Song.
Yeah, because that was my idea, was that it would be that band you've never heard of. The first album would be that album, and this hit single from that album would be that song.
Yeah.
So then when people brought it up in conversation, it would be, hey, have you ever heard of that song by that band, from that album?
It would feel stupid if they said no.
Yeah. I think that would work as far as creating a little bit more contrast.
Yeah. Just going to something here. I started polka dotting the image I was working on too, but I was considering adding a star field in mine. I mean, there technically already is a star field, but I mean one that's more, I don't know, stereotypical, I guess, with the way we generally think it looks.
Right.
It looks like shit though over top of the. This looks kind of out of place. The technique is really neat, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't look right. I hope I have enough undo buttons to go back and get rid of that. Oh, thank God. Right. Try this instead.
I don't know. Do you think there's anything more to do to this?
Well, let me go to the stream window here.
Excuse me.
It's looking pretty dope, dude.
Thanks.
I can't believe you just smashed that out in that amount of time. Wow, that's crazy. Trying something a little crazier. I don't know if Nate's gonna dig it, but that would be interesting. If we change the character to another character, like I'll just go grab like Wonder Woman and throw her in there.
Yeah. It's not like it's the moon where you have to worry about fucking copyright bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows superheroes is public domain.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it'd be kind of difficult to create the star field on the tablet here with the. Well, it's probably just because I suck. Because every time I put my pen down to create like a little point, I accidentally kind of drag a little bit. Creates this horrible little tail on it.
I do that too.
Yeah, it depends what the case is. It could be. It could make sense in some cases, but the way my star field is right now, it doesn't make sense because everything's so like powdery and smooth. I already sent him the version that didn't have this. It does look cool. I don't know if I should unsend it.
I don't know, you could maybe just show them both and ask them which one you prefer.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's using your noodle.
I don't eat noodles. I don't know what I eat.
Yeah.
Hey. Is that some sort of Italian analogy?
It is.
I didn't know you were Italian.
Yeah, sometimes, anyways.
Yeah.
Even Starfield is pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that's about that.
Awesome. Well, I'll have a look in a second. Just gotta fix this a little bit.
Turn it the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Starfield. It's cool. The original was great. There we go. Kind of settled.
I'm probably going to have to mess with like my scanner settings again. Because I don't want it to pick up all the blue pencil.
Yeah.
I might even have to go in and digitally clean some of it up. Maybe I will do what you said and check out what it might look like if I digitally put in a little screen tone.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth a shot, I would say. So there's no risk in it when it's digital.
Yeah. Because this works fine, but it might kind of help push them a little bit more into the background without entirely obscuring them.
Yeah, because it's like a black and white image. I don't. Any extra depth you could add, I think, helps quite a bit. Yeah, so this is a little bit of a star field that I added in there. I don't know. I like both, honestly.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of takes like the brightness from the first one while leaving the darkness of the second one, so you get.
I see what you're saying. It did brighten it up a little. Yeah, and I feel like it makes it seem like this area of space is, I don't. It's hard to explain. 'Cause in our galaxy, we don't like. At least we're in this well lit area, the world that I live. You can't really see our galaxy. You just see like shit is really far away. That's extremely bright.
Yeah.
And here, I felt like it was kind of weird that we could see the galaxy she's in, but we can't see the other shit, which I'd imagine in this type of galaxy, you definitely would be able to see shit that's further out. So it just kind of makes a bit more sense. That being said, could be a slightly overcast night, like the other one without the stars. Yeah, I think I like the star field better. I'm going to send him that one too. Let him pick. That Christmas song's been repeating in my head.
Which Christmas song is it?
I think that's a Christmas song anyways.
I think it might be from Nutcracker.
That sounds right. I think what happened is they took that and turned it into a Christmas song a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it was actually a Christmas song to start with. Or is it? Am I humming Flight of the Valkyries? I think that might be Flight of the Valkyries. Pull it up on YouTube.
I'm not sure.
Why isn't it?
I'm a little bit musically ignorant when it comes to stuff like that.
This doesn't make sense, man. My computer's apparently been playing Led Zeppelin.
Really? And you haven't even heard it?
No, not till now. It's 10 years gone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you must have sent me this.
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay. I added it to my list here. It's really good. Now I don't want to leave this link, but I'm going to. What the hell was I just about to search on Tube?
Flight of the Valkyries.
Flight of the Valkyries. Might even be the wrong name of that song. I'm hearing it doesn't sound right. Flight of the... No, that's definitely the name of the song. Let's figure out if it is the song I was thinking of. This was 10 minutes, so I'm going to assume this is the real one. Could be wrong about that. Let's see. God damn. Commercial for cereal. I don't give a shit about your cereal. It looked like they put a fucking, this big ass, screw in the cereal, but it was like a metal straw.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, what was that sound I just made?
That's not Flight of the Valkyries. What, you heard something weird?
No, I went to say really, but it sounded like
Oh. Well, it's not Flight of the Valkyries. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nutcracker. I don't know what the fuck it's actually called. Nutcracker?
Nutcracker Suite, I think.
What did you say?
The Nutcracker Suite. Like SUIT.
Oh, that's actually what it's called. When you said it, that doesn't even make sense. Why would they call it that? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Okay, this is a 20-minute song, dude. I mean, it could be in here. This is 20 minutes long, dude.
Yeah, it's a whole
piece, yeah.
Multiple parts.
This is really good, man. I think this is it, but let's see.
Just type that into Google.
Yeah, it's not the right one. It's very similar. The Nutcracker one's a lot more like it's less energetic, as opposed to the other one is really fucking intense. The Nutcracker is meant to be this really chill kind of like creepy sound. I don't know if it's meant to sound creepy, but it sounds creepy to me. Hall of the Mountain Kings or some shit like that. Let's find that out. Hall of the Mountain Kings. I said kings plural. Just like a whole bunch of kings in this hall.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense when you said it, though. I was picturing like this is where they meet up and negotiate about stuff.
And after I said, I just seen like this whole like rave style, just a bunch of kings.
I think I'm overworking this piece. I think I'll be done with it for now, and I'll scan it and plug it into it digitally and take another look at it.
Oh, this upload is so quiet, I can't. Oh, this is it. In the Hall of the Mountain King. That's the song. So it's not a Christmas song. It just kind of sounds Christmassy a little bit. This is some great shit, man. I like. Sometimes I look like for like classical playlists on YouTube. It'll come up shit like someone fucking redid it with some crap synthesizer or something.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Like, why the fuck would you do that? Like
That's horseshit.
Well, it's so like why would who in their right mind's like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. When you go and listen to fucking classical music, you find this cheap piece of shit that like recorded like the worst fucking synthesizer ever. It's just I don't understand. No one's listening to classical music to listen to that. Like,
right.
You're trying to listen to authentic music. It's the whole reason. I mean, yeah. If it was, I'm totally down with the simulated orchestras and shit. Some of those are beautiful, right? They sound really good.
Yeah.
But a lot of the playlists I come across, it's not even that. It's like karaoke quality, like you could tell it's like some shitty keyboard from like the fucking early 90s or the 80s, right? Just like this horrible sound that you just wouldn't use for anything, let alone a classical piece. I'm going to go back to this Led Zeppelin song here.
I guess that's that. If there's anyone watching and stuck through this whole fucking thing.
I didn't even realize you were talking. Apparently, this shit is really loud. Hold on. Maybe. What'd you say?
I was just saying, I guess I'll be done with this, and if anyone actually did fucking stick through this whole fucking thing, here's the final product here.
Let me hop on there and see. Oh, sick, man. That's looking great, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I guess I might, later after the stream, because it won't be fun for you to just be like walking around in the background.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't be able to see it. I mean, I guess I could point down at the tablet, but there would be a point where I'd be off camera putzing with the scanner and stuff. So.
Yeah, this has already been long and tedious enough.
Yeah. It's almost 3 hours of just not much happening.
Yeah, where the very first 20 minutes was literally nothing. It was like the odd word that was said.
What a garbage stream this is.
It's so bad, dude. Oh, man. Oh, this is awesome.
If anyone watches this, they're a fucking trooper, dude. God damn.
Yeah, no refunds.
Jeez. I don't know. What should we do now? Should we kill it?
Yeah, I thought you already did. Yeah, just murder that shit, man. Murder. Should have been murdered like fucking 3 hours ago, man. This is it's 15 minutes before it started.
We gotta figure out what to do for next time, because we can't just do this.
No, I know. I don't want no aimless bullshit again. There has to be a good reason.
That's the difficult thing about this. As I know that if it was just you and me just talking normally, it would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just I feel like when we're streaming, I feel like I don't know, it's this weird obligation to say something relevant to someone that may be watching, which we didn't really do anyways, really, but we kind of did. It's I don't know. I think there needs to be a very brief window. Like I'm talking like 20, 30 minutes most, and then to actually have a relevant kind of idea or something we're actually showcasing or doing.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. It wouldn't be a good idea to do one where it's just drawing, because then that leads me to long periods of silence.
The only way that would make sense if there was no other people and it was just you and drawing, so there'd be no talking at all.
Right.
Or if there was a large group of people, it would also work as just like a background visual. But I think in this case where we were both like pretty dead set on working on stuff, it just didn't really. It's kind of disjointed, right? Because it's like people are just eavesdropping on a conversation.
Yeah.
How do you? I'm trying to figure out how to send a YouTube link with the timestamp on it. I can't remember. Oh, right here. Okay. Check this out. Hopefully it brings you to the 3-minute marker around there. So that's what I timestamped. So I know you're not going to like the song, but the video. Oh my god, the video cracks me up.
Let me pull it up on the laptop so it doesn't have to bleed over into the stream. I'll turn the light off. It's probably washing me out, so I'm whiter than a fucking porcelain sink.
Yeah. In case it's not entirely obvious, you're in the back of a cop car. I thought it was just awesome how dedicated they are to try to eat this cereal, even though it's centrifugal force is fucking with them.
I'll post what we're talking about in the chat, because at this point we're like watching stuff that people don't even know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Go watch a different video. Go watch a more fun video.
It's true. This would be a good choice. Pretty much all of that guy's videos are fucking hilarious, man. He's amazing. Yeah, I just seen the thumbnail. He's got his face out the window like a dog, sort of out of like a car window.
Yeah.
It looks like they're not actually anywhere, right? Like it's just like a green screen. It looks like they like put a leaf blower to his face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there.
Ah, man. I guess we'll just
The stream's still going.
yeah.
You gotta murder it, man. Murder it. Like it's like pulling a band-aid off. Just gotta.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to this nothing burger of a stream. We'll try to think of a better gimmick next time.
Yeah. And everyone watching owes us an apology for talking on this conversation.
Yeah, really. All right. See you around.